Welcome to Adult Education and Family Literacy Week and the Command Center, hosted by the Coalition on Adult Basic Education. So the next guest that we have, I have to be honest when I tell you that I'm really looking forward to a discussion to learn a little bit more about their programming and the great work that they're doing. But our next guest is Luis Sanchez. He's from Harris County Department of Education in Texas. Texas has been rocking it. They've been all over the place recently with just all the adult education stuff, and we were blessed to have Luis Sanchez with us. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So, a lot of questions, but why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do out in Harris County Department of Education?
Sure will. So my name is Luis Sanchez. I'm the program coordinator here with Harris County Department of Education. We're one of the, if not one of the largest counties in the nation, and we mainly serve students here in Houston, Texas. And a little bit of what I do manage the marketing, the social media. I guess you can say the fun stuff of the job.
That is the fun stuff.
I also do manage a program in which is called the Career Empowerment Program. It is a new initiative in where we help our students basically get employment. So whenever a student finishes either their GED or have completed one of our other programs that we have, we help them with that next step in getting them employment with different employers, partnerships, and different collaborations that we have going on. So that's a little bit of what I have as my duties.
Yeah, how important is that? Just that, honestly, the collaboration and putting all those pieces together for and helping students do that is so brutally important. First, how long have you been doing this work?
So actually, I was in the government industry. So I work with the city, about city of Baytown. I'm not sure if you're familiar with city of Baytown, Texas. But after that, my dream was always to my career. Aspirations were always to be in education. So I moved from that into this role that I have now, and actually been doing it for about a year now. So I am fairly new to the field, but honestly, I feel like I've known it forever because
Wow.
when I really look at it, when I first started my career in college, trying to prepare myself, what I want to do, for the rest of my life, I guess you could say, is it always came back to education, either yeah, kinder to 12th grade, or some type of education. But I landed here at the adult education, and I've loved every single day. I learned something new every day. There's so many students that need that assistance, that push, motivation, and that's what I'm here for, and that's why I love doing what I do now with
Uh,
the adult education.
that is just awesome. That's great stuff. So I got to ask you, we don't ask this question enough, but we need to ask the people working in the field from their perspective. We don't often see from the teacher's perspective what the challenges are that our students face. So share with us a little bit. What are you seeing are some of the biggest challenges facing our students?
Though I can, this is probably a
I know
question that
we only have
we can.
we only have a day or two, so there's a lot.
Exactly, no, but I definitely agree. Our students do go through many different challenges, either on a day by day basis or whenever, let's say, for example, we have a student that either didn't fulfill by graduating, through high school and stuff like that, or even, dropped out from middle school. And those stories that you hear, that either, may have gone through a path where it didn't take them to where they want to be, and now at the in the current present they come to us, and they state these stories, these different things that they've gone through,
Hmm.
and the challenges that they go through. You really don't, I guess you can say, really see it until they actually share the different stories that they have going on. So
Yeah.
it's very
And they're really
important to.
they're pretty basic things too. I mean, they're complicated, but things like childcare and transportation and
Yep.
things that a lot of us take for granted, even internet access. Gosh, they may have a computer and you give them a computer, but they don't have access at home, right? Or broadband. And then it's like, "Whoa, what do I do now?" Um, yeah, some of the really basic things that it takes people that are close to the community and that can actually see those challenges to understand them better.
And I like how you brought that up because we actually do have those resources available to our students here. We have multiple organizations that donated hotspots for our students. They donated laptops for our students, and now we're actually going to be. This is actually pretty big news. We're actually going to be opening up a new building where we're going to have
Nice.
study rooms. We're going to have computer labs. All of this available to those that are needing that extra help, the extra push. Because, like you say, a lot of our students don't have access to internet, to technology, and so on and so forth. But definitely a lot of different challenges that our students do go through on an everyday basis.
Yeah, that is just super good and really so important to kind of just to understand and get a handle on. What's a favorite part of your job? Like, what do you love to do best in the work that you do?
Oh, honestly, I can name so many, but I
Okay.
know what I love to do. So right now, I am in charge of our social media. So that interaction, even just seeing somebody like our post from our different programs that we offer, or even me sharing the success stories of our students, definitely sharing those on social media. That's one of the things that I do, but I love to do that on an everyday basis, just sharing the success stories, coming from like even for example a student that first started in our program, they had no idea, what they were going to be doing. They had no idea how this program will help them. So coming to now in the present, few either months, weeks, a year later, that student went from not knowing what they were planning to do to maybe now, getting employment or even becoming completing their GED or just being somewhere where they didn't see themselves a year ago, and now they're way above beyond that.
Yeah.
So
It's
sharing
crazy to watch
those
it,
stories.
right? To see it happen.
Yep,
So I got a
definitely.
challenge for you, Luis. The challenge I have for you is send me some of those. Like I want to see some of those stories. I mean, those are the stories that are impactful as we talk about legislation and advocacy. And the more you can share out those stories on social media and tell the stories of your students, the and your teachers as well, the more people in the community and legislators across the country are going to get it. They're going to see, wow, like I can't believe that changed that person's life and their family. And so we're here for Adult Education and Family Literacy Week this week. We're celebrating it, and I believe it should be a holiday 52 weeks a year, but we'll take it for now that we're going to recognize it for 1 week. But I'm curious if you had a message for other people that are your colleagues, people that are doing this work. What would you want to tell them across the country?
Oh man, honestly, thank you. I mean, I don't think people say that often, but thank you for what you do. I know you feel, or sometimes you may feel that the things that you do on an everyday basis with education, it goes unnoticed. But honestly, it does not, because whenever there's how do you say it, a phrase that I like to say where basically actions speak greater than words, or
Mm.
is that how the saying goes?
Yeah,
That's
louder than
that's
words. Yeah,
There you go. So that saying, comes to what we do, because uh, a lot of our actions that we do on everyday basis is working with the students. So being there for the students, and then the students sharing what they actually accomplished with the assistance of our nationwide teachers, it shows. So the actions that we have with that we do with our teachers to our students, it shows. So the actions, speak louder than words.
I love it. I love that is a great thing to remember for everybody, not just in adult education, but across the world. Just actions do speak louder than words for sure. What do you see in the future? Like, what is something that you'd like to see happen that maybe doesn't happen right now that you think we have that's within our reach that we really could or should be doing going forward?
I think for sure. I know there's a lot of course, organizations that have different resources available to the community, but maybe even kind of either do a partnership with multiple organizations, or not just doing a partnership, but maybe those services that the students need, which is like we mentioned earlier, internet, healthcare, or even food. If we can possibly be a one-stop shop for all the different resources that our student may need. So I know definitely that would be very, very helpful, very convenient to the students, and it'll just come a long way because they, like I say, we're not just gonna be like, here, you go to this organization for this assistance, or here, go to this other organization for this assistance. And of course, uh, that's very helpful to them as well. But also, having a one-stop shop would definitely help, with the students and the assistance they may need.
That is just
Our
super
partnership.
great advice. That
Hmm.
is really great advice. And I think, there's a lot of sayings. You've been good with sayings today, but it takes a village, right? And
There you
it's
go.
not just the educators and teachers, but it's also all the other supports that go around with it to keep our students moving forward and getting over some of those hurdles that are out there. What's in store for Luis? Where would you like to be in 5 years from now?
Oh man, I really would love to be the hopefully, if anything, just be having a adult education center where the new initiative that I just started, the one that I mentioned earlier, the career empowerment program, be kind of like its own self, either available to the whole public, available to the students, have that available to anybody that needs that type of assistance, either employment, or if they need those other resources like we've been mentioning earlier, the different resources that may need, kind of like a one-stop shop. Is
I
That's
love
why I
it.
mentioned that earlier, because that's truly what I envision myself doing in the next 5 years,
That
having
is
that available to everybody.
Wow, that is just great. Yeah, Louise, keep up the great work, and feel free send them to CoApe. You could send us your videos, your posts, and make sure you're on the coape.org website. We'd be glad to share them out and keep us posted on your program. I'd love to see what happens going forward and stay in touch with us. Luis, you're the reason we do the work we do, and we know that our students are in good hands with programmer with people doing the work from the instructional level and from the oversight level, in social media and getting it out there. I do think the most important thing that could ever be done in an adult literacy agency above teaching. Teaching's number one, but second would be sharing their stories. And you seem to be the conduit to that, and we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. And actually, I would love to share my our social media that we have for our organization.
Go for it.
The tagline is for Facebook and Instagram. It is HCDE, Adult Education. And then for Twitter, it is HCDE, Adult Ed. So kind of like the same thing, except with the Shion on at the end. And then our website, we update our website every day with the new resources that we may have coming in. Our website is www.hcd-texas.org
Love
forward
it.
slash adult ed. So
Super.
those are our website and our social media taglines. So definitely follow us. If you have any questions regarding our programs, we have everything on our website as well. And like I mentioned, I am in charge of the social media, so everything you see on the website, you also see on social media. So thank
Wow.
you.
That is just awesome. So it's hashtag HCTE adult education, correct? That's
Yeah,
the Twitter handle.
HCD D
Ace.
as in dog.
D is in dog. Okay, ACDE, adult education. I love it. Yeah, keep us posted on how things are going out there, and we love to continue to share some great stories as you progress and as your students move through their program. Thank you so much for all you do. This is it's been a great week, but it's hearing from people that are that's most important, because you are the frontline workers. You're the ones working with the students and really pushing out the great programming that's happening across the country. So we appreciate you very much, and we look forward to hearing more about your program and using it as a national model. Hopefully someday. You got something else to look for, right?
Yes,
There,
definitely.
there you
Thank you
go.
so much.
Luis Sanchez joining us today from Houston. Thank you so much, Luis. We'll talk to you soon.